Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will be talking about automating system level testing in your embedded projects using Behave, pexpect and CMake. Specifically, I will show to you how to use these powerful tools to create a comprehensive and reliable system level environment for testing my project YASBoot. To make this possible, we will also be connecting to hardware abstraction layer from our previous episode, which serves as the interface between YASBoot software and the underlying hardware. As embedded systems become more complex, manual testing becomes increasingly time-consuming and error-prone. And this is also for our YASBoot project. For now, it's simple and it's only printing to console, but in the future it will have much more functionality. And that's where Behave comes in. By the end of this video, you will have a deep understanding of how I use these tools to my project YASBoot, and you will be able to apply these techniques to your own projects as well. So let's get started! Firstly, we have to add directory for our test and create requirements file that will install Behave. After that, we can start to write our first test. In Behave, tests are written in human-like language. As a starter, we'll write a test which checks that YASBoot implementation is printing hello to the console. And for scenarios, we are using given, when, then style. So given we have YASBoot executable, when we execute, then stdout contains hello from YASBoot. After that, we have to implement these steps inside Python file. So let's create suit.py file. Behave is using decorators for steps implementation. So let's start with given we have YASBoot executable. I want to pass YASBoot executable as an environment variable. But I'm not Python master, so let's check out how to do it in Bing search. Hey Bing, how to get environment variable in Python? Oh great, thank you sir! So let's get executable from environment, and then I'm using subprocess run to start my application. But wait, with subprocess run it will be hard to fetch our streams, so here pexpect comes. And with pexpect spawn we can get handler to our application. That would be better solution to keep executable path in context instead of execution functor. Because given should give us only data, and when should do something, should run something, should execute something. So in our case, it should be when that executes system under test. So if we don't have executable, just write some error. After that, let's implement our test step. And then steps are for output verification. So if we got our YASBoot executable and we executed it, it should print something. And thanks to our hardware abstraction layer implementation, we are able to execute the YASBoot application on our development PC, and the output should be written to stdout. And the first one failed because I didn't pass suit executable in environment variables. And I did it for a purpose. I wanted to be sure that our environment will raise error when there is no executable provided. So let's add our executable to environmental variables and execute again. And that fail was unexpected. I think it was in some infinite loop. So I've interrupted execution. Let's check out how to add timeout for pexpect. Firstly, I was searching for spawnU because I were always using spawnU method. Oh, spawnU is deprecated, so let's check out the regular spawn method. And in the constructor there is parameter timeout. Great, so let's use it. Firstly, I added 10 seconds. And indeed, now our test case were interrupted and we have output why our test is failing. So let's fix that spelling issue in my test scenario. And 10 seconds timeout for now is too much. Let's reduce it to 1 second. Great, now our test is working. So let's integrate it with CMake. Firstly, let's open root CMake list. Inside that file we have to check if we are compiling for host, because only on host we are supporting tests. So if there is board host, let's add tests. Now let's create system level CMake lists. Maybe you thought that I added requirements.txt file, but I was using it. And it was true because that file was created for CMake integration. So let's create virtual end, let's pass this requirements.txt file, and let's add custom target. And this target is passing environment variable with executable file that we want to test, and executes Python with module behave inside virtual end. And we are not able to find CMake virtual end. Alright, I didn't add CMake directory to CMake module paths and still is failing. After that I've checked if module path is cached. Oh, do you see that? I've put wrong relative path. It should be without CMake. And now we have different error. Our behave is executed in wrong directory. So let's change working directory for system level testing. It should be root of our st directory. And now our tests are green. And that was easy. Now we have working system level testing environment. In the future, I want to add this system level testing to my continuous integration. So probably in continuous integration I won't be able to call this interactive menu config, at least it won't be efficient. Let's create some default configs for our project. I would start with config for host implementation because on CI firstly we will be using host. So I have to modify my function that generates keyconfig files. I want to use argument pass to CMake use keyconfig. So if there is argument use keyconfig pass, then use that file instead of calling menu config. Of course we have to check if that file exists, if not then report some error. And since the interactive keyconfig is creating .config file, in that case we just will copy it from default ones. Something wrong, it was not working. Alright, I called parameter use keyconfig, but I passed use config, so that's why it's not working. So it's time to add generation step that will parse .config file to CMake. And we have to replace add custom command with execute process because we want to execute that at configuration process, not the build one. And holy shit, why it's repeating itself? Oh, I forgot to remove command CMake that regenerates project after changes. Yeah, now it's working. So let's try out our new target. As you can see, Yazboot was built and our tests were executed. And everything passed. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And see you in 2 weeks.